What's up guys, Adam from UnBoxedIT here, back with another video, and this week we are taking a look at the Logitech MX Master mouse. Been on the market for a long time, but I've only just gotten my hands on it, so this is my take and I hope you enjoy it. So from a design standpoint, Logitech have taken the MX Performance, which was the previous model, and they've given it a more refined aerodynamic look, and honestly it pulls it off really quite well. It looks great in the hand and sat on your desk. The base comes in a dark bronze colour, which actually wraps round the edges of the mouse to give you a nice contrast between the black of the main body. So the top and sides of the mouse are covered in a single sheet of black textured rubber, which in my opinion gives the right balance between grip and comfort. What also aids to the comfort is the fact that the mouse has quite a generous hump on it, which allows your fingers to sit without stress on the buttons of the mouse. Now, if you believe the marketing hype, this thing can go a staggering 40 days on a single charge. I can't think of any other device that will go 40 days without being charged. Maybe my TV remote? So connecting the mouse to your PC or Mac is a really simple process, and you can do so either with the USB receiver or over Bluetooth, but unfortunately Mac only supports Bluetooth, so you don't get all of the additional options that you get with the Logitech software on Windows. But what you can see right now is me connecting it to my Mac over Bluetooth, and you can see it's a really simple process. So another cool feature is that the mouse can be paired with up to 3 devices at once. So that doesn't mean that when you move a mouse it's connected to all 3 devices at once, because that would just be chaos. But what it means is that I can choose a channel on the mouse and I can have it paired with up to 3 different devices at the same time. And when I want to move from one device to the other, I just change the channel on the mouse. Now that's great if you're somebody like me who has a MacBook, Windows desktop and Windows laptop, so I can just simply change from one to the other without going through that awkward pairing, unpairing process. Layout wise, it has all of the standard buttons that you'd expect on a mouse, which is 5 plus a wheel. But this one's got a few extra ones as well. I'm going to take you through what they are and explain what each one does by default. Some I like, some I'm not so keen on. So the first is, and this is my favourite, is the thumb wheel. So this is a small wheel on the side that sits just underneath where your thumb naturally sits, and it's used for scrolling horizontally, which is great when you need to move across a workflow instead of down. And some examples of that are things like Premiere Pro or Excel, where you can have lots of data across a screen. And the good thing about the thumb wheel as well is they've got the right balance between being too hard and too soft to scroll, so it puts the right amount of resistance on your thumb. But it does come with a downside. To accommodate the backwards and forward buttons as well as the scroll wheel, they've had to shift those buttons further back and stack them on top of each other. So I found it a little bit awkward getting used to, and sometimes pressing forward and back when I didn't want to press them. So the second feature that Logitech have on this mouse that isn't normally found on most mice is an expose button that just sits beneath where your thumb rests on the thumb wheel, so just here. And what that does is calls up expose when you press it, and when you call it up you can move your pointer to one of the windows that's displayed and click it and it takes you to that window. Now I'm not a big fan of expose, but I do like the fact that the button's there, because in the software you can map it to something else. So the third feature that Logitech include in this mouse, which isn't on other mice, is the ability to engage and disengage the clutch on the scroll wheel, and that enables smooth or clicky scrolling. So this button for me in its default mode is not very useful, because I can go automatically into smooth scrolling simply by flicking down hard on the mouse wheel. But what I do like is having the extra button beneath the mouse wheel anyhow that I can bind to do something else later on using the software. So this leads me on to the last thing I want to talk about on the mouse. It is software. Logitech provides you with a piece of software for Windows called Logitech Options, and that allows you to change all of the default functions for any of the buttons on the mouse from a long list that Logitech provide you. which I think is fantastic customization. Unfortunately, they don't provide the same software for Mac, so all you can do with a Mac is whatever OS X allows you to do on their software side, which is a bit of a downer for me. But overall, guys, I think I have found my favorite productivity tool of 2016, the Logitech MX Master. That's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, and I will see you on the next episode.